Jason was a 16-year-old boy who lived for the thrill of social media. Every day, he'd spend hours scrolling, comparing his life to the curated highlights of others. His grades were slipping, his family barely saw him, and his friends had started drifting away. Yet, Jason convinced himself that it didn't matter. After all, he had hundreds of likes to prove his worth. One evening, while aimlessly wandering through the park near his house, he came across an old man sitting on a wooden bench by the lake. The man had a warm, inviting smile and held a sketchpad in his lap. Curious, Jason sat down nearby and asked, "What are you drawing?" The man chuckled. "I'm not drawing what I see, I'm drawing what I feel." He turned the sketchpad toward Jason. On the page was a serene scene, a boy sitting under a tree, surrounded by swirls of vivid colors representing emotions. Jason frowned. "I don't get it. Why not just draw the tree?" The man set the sketchpad aside. "We spend so much time looking at what's on the surface, what people wear, say, or post online, that we forget the beauty of what's underneath. The world is full of color, but most of us are too distracted to see it." Jason looked down at his phone, suddenly feeling ashamed. He had spent years trying to impress people he barely knew, yet he couldn't remember the last time he truly enjoyed life. The man continued, "Life isn't about being seen. It's about feeling, growing, and connecting. Don't trade your own colors for the approval of others." That night, Jason couldn't stop thinking about the man's words. The next day, he made small changes. He put his phone away during dinner, apologized to an old friend he had ignored, and started doodling in a notebook, finding joy in creating rather than consuming. Months later, Jason walked back to the lake, hoping to thank the man who had changed his perspective. But the bench was empty. Instead, he found a folded piece of paper stuck to the seat. It read, "Your colors are your own. Paint boldly." From that day on, Jason lived differently, not for the world to see, but for himself to feel.